Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log. Subdates 220704.1. He finally hits the floor, everyone. The devastation his impact wrought was up there with Warner Brothers and movie franchises, or CERTA. We'll collect data now and assess how best to keep the flabby prick down. Shouldn't be difficult, as he's on his back. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, on this most low effort of glorious days, I shall be talking about DarkSydePhil and Keemstar, because an offer was made via Keemstar for DarkSydePhil to make some money, and the response tickled me enough that I thought, well then, let's talk about that. Before that though, we need to of course talk about who each of them are. Keemstar is a drama commentary YouTuber, who at this point doesn't need to make content, but does it anyway because he enjoys it from time to time. He is very active on Twitter, usually releasing videos going in on people who are wrong or reporting on the news when it pops up as it pops up. He is very successful and has been for a long time. DarkSydePhil is a gamer, arguably one of the most legendary gamers of all time for one big reason. He's one of the shittest gamers, and I play simulator games. Just thought I'd put it out there. He made quite a name for himself on Twitch, but he's now predominantly on YouTube. He has been online as a content creator for 14 plus years, according to his Twitter bio. There are many documentary videos that have been done on DarkSydePhil because he's been caught out a few times saying stupid things or wanking with the camera on and the stream still live. DarkSydePhil is nowhere near as successful as Keemstar. This is not me now standing Keemstar, by the way. Both have horrible monsters in their closets, I'm sure. But this is me now just covering it as it is, because one is successful and doesn't have to do as much. The other is very active and is nowhere near as successful. And that is for a number of reasons. In the case of DarkSydePhil, it's because of a mountain of controversies that have taken place over the years. I mentioned documentary videos done on DarkSydePhil. Yes, because DarkSydePhil has an equally shitty personality to go with his gaming, and that same shitty behavior and personality and gaming leads to him to be a lolcow, up there with the likes of Wings of Redemption and Ethan Ralph. One thing of late that DarkSydePhil is very much well known for is his continual e-begging. The kind where he will stop streaming, he will stop playing, he'll just sit there until someone donates a certain amount of dollar to him. Yeah, I had to be told that, and I didn't believe it was true. Turns out, it is true. He is very much that type. He believes that for his hard work, he must be monetarily rewarded at all times by his audience, because he has bills to pay everyone, and getting a job is beneath him, because this is his job. And while I will never dump on people who have a streaming job as a job, for someone like DarkSydePhil who is nowhere near as successful as he could have been, a job would really help offset things. It really would. And one must, as a creator, be willing to explore all options away from the platform you are on so as to make sure you are safe in case you lose your platform. And Phil would know all about that. Wouldn't you, Phil? Now I'm going to insert a disclaimer as well concerning DarkSydePhil. Considering he's not the most successful guy and barely manages to get by the best of times, he does have a stan or two, and they are known to flag any video showing content of DarkSydePhil. I will not be showing any of that, because I can't be arsed. But also because I find it hilarious that you would so devoutly protect and defend someone like DarkSydePhil, who, as I mentioned, is not the most successful. So what does that make you? No doubt, a sugar daddy to fill up the coffers of DarkSydePhil, who understandably has some wise investments to put that money towards. Maybe some stocks, maybe some shares, maybe takeaway. Sound investment, everyone. A very sound investment. Now, Keemstar put out a 6-minute video on Twitter talking about an offer he had made to DarkSydePhil, and that is now where we are going to go.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I had a brilliant idea. An absolutely brilliant idea. See, There are 3 creators I know online who get tons of hate nonstop, and all 3 of them have money issues. Always going broke. I'm talking about Wings of Redemption. He's a loco. There's another guy out there, Boogie2988, very popular, successful YouTuber who has fallen on hard times. And then there's DSP. DSP has been begging fucking the 200 people that show up to his stream to pay all of his bills. Instead of getting a job, he goes to the stream and says, hey guys, my taxes are up. Hey, I gotta pay my gardener. Hey guys, and then he'll blow the little money he gets from his fans on like skins in a video game.
Oh, so I was right. Sound investments.
And then hit up his audience and be like, hey guys, I forgot about rent. I'm gonna need a donation, all right? So I've been seeing this shit play out with these 3. And I said to myself, because you gotta understand, with all of these 3 guys, there is a whole ecosphere of other creators that have YouTube channels dedicated to clipping them, bullying them, making fun of them, right?
Yeah, you'd think with these lolcows, a lot of them would actually put the time and effort in to perhaps capitalize on it. Sidemen did it. Not that they're lolcows, but they realized there were many channels that existed that clipped their content. They made channels so they could use those clips themselves and bank it. The same could apply to these lolcows. However, in the case of 2 out of 3, I'm not so sure about Boogie, they really don't have the wit, energy, or concentration to be able to do such a thing, which I think could well benefit them. Their own actions, if they're willing to laugh at them, would in turn just make things a lot more entertaining, but in a more, let's say, wholesome way, as opposed to, oh my god, you're such a moron, I'm now going to laugh at you for the rest of my life.
Like, there's this whole industry of people making money off of these guys, but these 3 are struggling. So I was on the phone with Boogie, and I go, Boogie, it's time for you, Wings, and DSP to make some of that money yourselves. You guys are entertaining. Not in the way that you think, like you're all train wrecks, right? But you are entertaining, and you deserve to make money, and you don't deserve to be sitting here begging every fucking stream or every show just to make it from paycheck to paycheck. You guys need to do something to make some money. I got a brilliant idea. Why don't I take the 3 of you, put you on a podcast? We will call it the Lol Call Podcast.
Since my preferred podcast at present is on a summer break, I'd listen to this. I really would. I think it'd be very funny for them to go through some of their own stories of what makes them a lolcow and laugh about it with what could be considered in that moment your own peers. So how did Boogie, Wings, and then Phil respond?
Boogie goes, you know what, Keem? You got a lot of experience in podcasts. You made millions of dollars in podcasts. I trust you. I'm down for it. So Boogie goes and talks to Wings. Apparently Wings is kind of down, but I had to talk to DSP. So I made some tweets, tried to get a hold of him. He was the most difficult person in the world to get a hold of.
That's because he streams for up to 12 hours a day begging his audience to pay his bills. You're always going to struggle to get a hold of him because of that. I don't think he pays that much attention even when he gets a donation. Just thought I'd share that. Yes, that means he is that type in fact.
He's tweeting back and forth publicly telling me, hey, hit up my email. Bitch, I'm a creator. You're a creator. We don't email each other. We just talk. All right, we're equals.
Not when you are the A-star celebrity shittest gamer alive.
So I told him publicly, bro, you're going to miss out on this $50,000 because I figured they'd get about $50,000 sign-on bonus for the first fucking year of this podcast. All three of them. If I had to front the money, I'd front the money because I know this show would make a lot of money. I know this show would be wildly successful. That's how much I believe in this concept and this idea. So I'm talking to him in the DMs and he goes, listen, I got to stream at this time. I got to stream at this time and da-da-da-da. I don't care when you stream. You're streaming in front of 200 people and your fucking stream. Get the fuck on the phone with me so we can have a conversation about this. I can't. Okay, fine. So I wait till the next day. Try to hit him up. He's fucking streaming. Every time I try to have a fucking conversation with this fucking loser, DSP, he is streaming.
When an opportunity like this arises and you know there's some good money in it, I personally would take the good money over what I get from streaming. I don't get as many viewers as DSP because I'm not that streamer, but 50 grand a year, come on, that's alright for starting, don't you think? Especially as that would, in essence, alleviate a lot of the financial burdens. But as you then know, I kinda called it. DSP would just stream all the time, and his streaming schedule is vastly more important. So how did DSP respond to this on Twitter? Well, first of all, he turned off all replies. So there are 29 quote retweets, and I did archive that. But DSP replied on Twitter, "Just remember, despite how small of a content creator I am, and the fact I stay in my lane and remain at level 1, I still somehow inexplicably remain living rent-free in so many people's heads, big and small. It's quite remarkable actually. Every mention I get is a win. 29 quote retweets all pointing out you beg for money to pay your own rent. But you talk about how you live rent-free in other people's heads. 50 grand, DSP. You were offered potentially 50 grand to do a show with Boogie and Wings, fellow peers of yours, in a manner that would make you money, and to be honest, would probably show a better side of you. I noticed that Wings was in the middle of the road on this, because he struggles to commit to things like this, but once the money started coming in, you know he'd be there, and then he'd destroy it eventually. Boogie would be there, because Boogie knows better. And then there's DSP. Nah fam, my streaming schedule's better. Now I agree you are a content creator and you are definitely at level 1, but opportunities like this don't come often, and you got utterly railed, not just by the quote retweets but also by Keem, who pointed out that you are living rent-free because you hustle your fans to pay your rent. Keem offered to front the 50,000 himself. I think that's because he doesn't have rent, although I could be wrong. There is a lot more when it comes to lore concerning DSP, I know, and I could never do that justice. It is not my place. I am not an internet historian. I just know who DSP is because of a number of incidents that have happened over the years, and more recent behavior that centers around e-begging. And with that spirit in mind, I'm now going to promote something of my own on my reading channel, narration channel, poetry, whatever you want to call it, channel. I have another short out. Please go check it out. It really helps that channel drive up engagement. Smash the like, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for joining, everyone.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage. If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser.